Suez Canal, one of the most important maritime trade routes in the world. The 120-mile-long canal connects the Mediterranean Sea with the Red Sea. At least 12% of the world trade is exported through this important artificial waterway in Egypt. The Suez Canal is a lifeline of Europe's trade with Asia and the Middle East. As a result, the canal has made a huge contribution to the Egyptian economy. There is political and even military importance. But in March 23, the 400-meter-long and 59-meter-wide monster ship, cargo ship Ever Given, got stuck in the canal horizontally. Unprecedented navigation was created on both sides. After a week's effort, the ship was released and floated. But despite the resumption of shipping through the canal, hundreds of millions of dollars have already been lost to the world, including Egypt. In a televised interview, Osama Rabbi, chairman of the Suez Canal Authority, said the cost of floating the ship and keeping the canal closed for 6 days could be $1 billion or more. But something other than this loss of money may now be a headache for Egypt. And that is, after the accident, the issue of a new canal of the Suez Canal came up for discussion. Who will build this alternative canal? On April 1, a secret government document of 1973 was published in a newspaper called Business Insider. There has been talk of building a canal through Israel as an alternative to the Suez Canal. The secret use plan called for 520 atomic bombs to be detonated in the Negev desert in Israel to dig a 160-mile-long canal. The possibility of building a canal has also been widely reported in the Israeli media, including another report in the British daily The Guardian. It said the possibility of building a new canal along the Israeli-Egyptian border in the wake of Suez Canal accident had resumed in the UN Committee on Trade Routes. The Guardian reports that a few years ago, the United Nations, with the help of a company specializing in tunnel construction, examined the feasibility of an alternative canal to the Suez Canal. There, the company said it was possible to build such an artificial canal in 5 years. Sami Hamdi is an analyst on Middle East politics. Hamdi thinks Israel has long planned to control the Suez Canal and build an alternative waterway if that is not possible. And it has the full support of the United States and some Western countries. Sami Hamdi told the BBC in 1956, Israel fought a war against Egypt with the support of the United Kingdom and France to take control of Suez. Probably a factor as to why they are doing so poorly. But Israel has never shied away from its desire to take control of this economically and geopolitically important waterway, Suez Canal. After the Arab Spring, new uncertainties have arisen between the United States and Egypt over the future of Egypt's allegiance. Although the current Sisi-led government in Egypt, they are loyal to America, but concerns remain about how long this loyalty will last and how Cairo will use the Suez Canal in the future. As a result, America has to think of alternative routes, and in that case, it is easiest to use the best friend, Israel. In 2016, there was a lot of talk about creating an alternative waterway to Suez. But considering the war in Yemen and the sensitivity of Egypt, the United States suppressed the issue. Then in 2020, when the United Arab Emirates established public relations with Israel, there was a talk of an alternative canal to the Suez Canal through Israel. Even Egypt's ally, the UAE, has said it will invest in the canal. It was immediately reported in Egypt that the UAE's investments would be a betrayal. Later, the Emir slowly slipped away. He certainly does not want to lose another friend to make one friend happier. But after the Suez Canal was closed for 6 days, the alternative canal has started to rise again. Israel thinks that the plan provides a fair opportunity for international support and acceptance. Discussions are underway to cut an alternative canal along the Egypt-Israel border, not entirely through Israel. Its main goal is to make the Suez Canal unimportant. Israel's geopolitical ambitions are doing more here than just economic considerations. Egypt earns about 600 million a year from the Suez Canal, which is about 2% of the country's GDP. However, Sami Hamid thinks that the economic importance of the Suez Canal to Egypt is not only consideration. The Suez Canal is one of the weapons the country has to make an impact on regional issues. The Suez Canal is one of the reasons why Washington's values Cairo. So the alternative is a canal, and leaving a monopoly control over this waterway would be a disaster for Egypt. Cairo's influence and importance in the Middle East will be severely affected.